Well, welcome, Coyote Nation, to the final episode, our wrap-up to the 2025 season. Listen, we're going to look back a little bit at our season. We're going to kind of do something fun that we haven't done before on the show. And then we're also going to look forward to what might be in the future cards for our Coyotes and district realignment, things like that. But before we get into all of that, I'm Blake Grundy.
Hey, I am Phil Morgan. We are brought to you by Farmers Bank and Trust. And not only are we brought to you by them, we are actually in the bank now.
We're hanging out
in the building. They let it, and it's after hours, so somebody let me in a bank after hours. I don't know what that means.
Listen, I don't know if it was responsible to let you and I in a bank and to record. I don't know whether it was responsible or not, but we're here and we're doing it.
We are going to do it, and we're going to have Dan on a little bit. Dan the man, my son calls him Lieutenant Dan. We'll have him tell you a little bit about what's going on over here at Farmers, and we're super excited to give them the opportunity to do that. It's been a long time coming, this show. Glad to get to do it.
Yes.
Right? Glad to have this opportunity. Glad to have Dan on with us here. I think maybe we ought to just kick that off and get that going. What do you think?
Let's do it. Let's bring him on here.
Let's go.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, we offer banking solutions to help you through any season of life. From no-fee checking to our mobile app for easy on-the-go banking. From instant issue, tap-to-pay debit cards to click switch, used to quickly, securely transition automated payments and direct deposits from one account to another. And much more. For your family, for your business, come home to Farmers Bank and Trust.
All right, guys, we're back. Excited to introduce some great people, and we're going to start with Lieutenant Dan himself. That's probably not fair, right? Dan Edwards. We'll give you a proper introduction. Dan Edwards from Farmers Bank and Trust. Dan, just for a little bit, why don't you introduce your team? Take a second to do that here as we get started.
Absolutely. Well, these are the wonderful girls I get to work with every day. We got Mila Latchin and Joyce Harris here with us.
They were throwing down some tunes when we got in.
Yes.
Right? They're throwing down some music. I know that they were on the phone doing their thing, talking to people.
Yep.
Right? Good customer service.
100%.
Right? All the time, baby. All the time.
They are on 100% of the time. Couldn't be happier to work with.
Well, and then there's one more individual that couldn't be here during our filming day. May have been a little bit under the weather.
Yes.
I mean, a little prima donna. I mean, we scheduled over and over and over again just to get this guy. But, here we are recording without him.
You got it. Well, Adon, he's one of the best, and he's been around Anna for a while, and just one of the great guy to work with. Regardless, obviously we have some camaraderie around here, and we like to pick on each other. So it's fun day. It's fun to come to work every day. Love the staff that we've created. Couldn't be happier. Couldn't be proud of what we've done since we got here in July.
I mean, I think it's no doubt in my mind that you have a tremendous staff full of tremendous individuals, and there's a reason why we speak so glowingly about Farmers whenever and however many times we get the opportunity to do that is because each of the people that are up here, Mila, Dan, Joyce, and then Adon not being here, like just tremendous people. And so I would tell you guys if you are looking for banking, whether it's for your personal bank accounts, it's for your kids to start teaching them financial responsibility, or it's for your business, or anything and everything in between that. Come give these guys a look up. Come talk to them. They want to take care of you and make sure that you are squared away and can be as successful with your finances and be in control of your finances rather than your finances being in control of you.
You got it.
How about that? Let's
take it. These girls both did not want to stand here for too long, so they were asking how long do we have to stand here. So we want to get them back to their stations. But great intro. We're going to spend more time with Dan right after this break, and then we'll get right into that. Thank you to the Farmers Bank and Trust team.
And Happy New Year, Anna.
Hey.
All right. Well, we are back. We're still here with Dan Edwards. Listen, Dan, we wanted to give you a chance to kind of talk about your bank a little bit. So we've got a couple of questions, and we'll kind of just let you go and give some answers. Listen, the first one is this: I think it's been very evident. We have seen Farmers be very, very involved in the community since moving here, right? Like I feel like I look everywhere in Anna and Farmers is there. You turn the corner and Farmers wants to be involved. Can you tell us about some of the values that you all have as a bank and as individuals that lead to you guys being so community driven?
Sure. I mean, we are actually celebrating our 120-year anniversary this year, so
nice.
we're pretty excited about that. And all that starts off with, being involved in the community, where you live, where you work, taking care of the next generation, everything from financial literacy to, donating to the school teams to, just being anywhere that we can help, And so we have values. It's heart. And we live by those values daily, and it starts from the top and it comes all the way down into the branches. So it's just really just giving back to the community and doing what needs to be right.
Yeah, you keep doing that. You stack those wins. You do that day after day after day, and people want to keep coming back, right?
Right.
They trust you more. And look, let's be honest. It's hard to trust people with money, right? It's a very difficult thing to do, and you guys are earning that trust on a daily basis. And when you do that day after day, good things start to happen. And I think you've got some good things on the horizon. You want to talk a little bit about some of the plans for Farmers Bank and Trust in Anna?
Sure. The biggest news is we're breaking ground here in the next few months.
Let's go.
90 days to 120 to our permanent spot, and we'll be located right across from Anna High School.
Sweet.
So right there at Rosamond and Westmoreland.
Right there.
Right there on the corner. When you go to the high school, you'll see us every day. And so going back to the community, we want to be there. We had some other opportunities of spots up by the 75 and other places, and there's nothing better than being right in the community.
Nice.
So that's the spot we chose, and we couldn't be more excited about.
What's the difference between the building we're in now, the offices we're in now, and what you guys are going to put up over there by the high school?
Well, sure. We're building our full-fledged branch, so it's going to be full drive-through ATMs. We'll be upping our staff. You'll see a lot more of us farmers around, as we call it, farmers employers. So just great things on the horizon. We're really getting excited about this market and what the future brings in North Texas for Farmers Bank and Trust.
I love it. I still remember when we got to sit down and meet you for the first time. Right, we had a breakfast with Bruce Norwood.
Oh yeah,
and then he brought us over here. He was like they haven't actually even opened yet, but they're in the office getting set up. And so he brought us over here and just kind of made the introduction. And one of the first stories you told us was when you guys decided to, you guys being farmers, decided to open a branch here in Anna. One of your marching orders was just go be. Right? Go get to know people. Go start shaking hands with the community. Go start being there. And I think that's always been really cool. And we see you doing that. Kind of what's been some of your favorite moments here in Anna so far in just under the first year of farmers being here?
Oh, there's so many to kind of pick. Obviously learning about Anna football.
There you go.
Not living here in Anna and getting to learn this community and what it revolves around, that's been fun and exciting. Everywhere I go, everybody's just so friendly up in this town. It's city, whatever we want to call it. It's booming. It's becoming a metropolis. It's growing, but everybody's just kind. And that's what I love about it, because we're trying to do good things for the community, and it's been well received. So we're really excited about being in this area, and so clearly, I can't go on without meeting you guys. You guys have been such a great partnership, and a lot of great introductions, and kind of learning the lay of the land. A lot of influential people. I don't want to get into details, but a lot of people have helped me along the way and do some introductions and kind of get me to understand the community. And the one thing about it is, I've made my promise that farmers, we're not going to just do it for 2 months. This is how we are, and we're not going away. We're going to keep giving back to the community, and we're just going to do what we think's right, and try to help everybody we can in any way we can.
It really is one of the things I think that made this a great partnership. That's kind of been our mentality. We've done this show for nothing for so long. It's really just asking for access. Just having community partners who will help us pay for gear and some of the basic things we do. And the sacrifice is what led the way. And I've seen that out of farmers early. There's a lot of sacrifice. There's been a lot of effort and a lot of intentionality in farmers, and I couldn't be more thankful for the partnership. It has been really a perfect fit for us.
Oh, I couldn't think it two-way street for what you guys do for this community, this football program, these kids. Some of these kids are going to play next level, and you guys are giving them a crash course on what it's going to be like at the next level with media, everything else. Some of these kids, they're going to have their high school years and have the best memories of their lives, and you're giving them something where they can go back and take it with them. You know, like YouTube's not going away. These shows, they're on there forever. You know, like,
oh man,
you know, they can pull it up, be like, man, look at this game I had, and you know, like they can pull it up, show it on there, and you know, get. I mean, just something that, man, you guys are doing something that nobody else is willing to do.
Yeah,
I mean, like when I was asking about you guys in this stat show, and they were like, man, something we wish we had. So I mean, this was a no-brainer partnership. I look forward to next year, and
thank you.
We're not going anywhere, and
I love
neither
it.
are you guys.
We are not, as long as Coach will have us. I mean, that's kind of how we always talk about it. Is, you know, we get like you. It's like anytime you're serving a community, it's you're going to serve, right? And yet we also know that the access to do the things we do has been a privilege. It's been an honor for us. And to get to do it with you this year has been a lot of fun too. So
absolutely,
we're looking forward to what the next few years hold in store for not just for this stuff, but really for the Coyotes as a whole. You know, lots of changes, lots of great stuff going on in the program, and that's what we'll get to talk about here in a little bit. But I'm thankful for you, Dan.
Absolutely.
Thankful for Farmers and all they've done, and for you hosting us for this little experience.
Our pleasure.
Letting us break the touchscreen TV behind us and then refix it and get back together.
Yeah. We didn't break the touchscreen.
We didn't break it.
We thought maybe we had, but we figured it out. Well, hey, we kind of, anytime a guest comes on the show, you know, we kind of give them the opportunity to just have any final words. So Dan, any final thoughts from you before we transition to our next segment?
Man, just thank you guys. Thank you for what you do for the community. Keep up the great work. Everybody watches you. Everybody loves this show. Everybody loves how you give back to the community, what you do for these kids, what you do for this program. We couldn't be more proud. So congrats, guys. You guys are a staple in this town.
We got some mutual admiration going on.
All right, that's enough of this love fest.
Absolutely.
Let's take a quick break, and then we'll be right back with our next segment.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, we offer banking solutions to help you through any season of life, from no-fee checking to our mobile app for easy on-the-go banking. From instant issue, tap-to-pay debit cards, to click switch, used to quickly, securely transition automated payments and direct deposits from one account to another, and much more. For your family, for your business, come home to Farmers Bank and Trust.
All right, guys, we're back. Now we're into the meat of the show here, right?
Come on now.
All the Love Fest is over, right? The Mutual Admiration Club is done. Now we're going to talk Kyle football. We're going to talk the season, and specifically, we're going to do something a little different, something that we don't normally do. We're going to approach this show from kind of like a top 10. Top 10 in the guys that got helmet stickers over the season.
Yeah.
So for those of you that are maybe just catching the show for the first time, right? You don't know what we do.
Thanks for finding us.
Yeah, thanks for getting here. Like and subscribe.
Yes.
Hit the notifications so you know when new stuff comes out. But we take every week during the season and recap. And when we recap, we talk about the stats or thresholds for certain stats that trigger an award. And that award for us is a helmet sticker. And then these kids, originally, it was just a sticker, right? We didn't necessarily call it a helmet sticker. It's morphed into that.
I mean, do you want to give them the full genesis of the sticker?
Let's not go completely because I mean most of them weren't with us from the beginning, but these stickers the kids have started to really look forward to these things.
Yeah.
Right? Each player really loves them, and yet we track them.
Yes.
And we've got a massive spreadsheet so that we can keep them up to date all throughout the season. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take the top 10 this year, and we're going to start with number 10 and work our way to number 1 sticker getter.
I mean, is there any other way to do a top 10?
I don't think there is.
Right? If you're doing it the other way, you're doing it wrong.
I think you're doing it dead wrong.
Okay.
So let's start with 10, and you want to jump in? You want to hit it?
Yeah, let's go. So I'm going to start with number 10, the feral hog himself, number 10, with 47 stickers on the season. Pharrell Brown, you are number 10 guy. You make the top 10, 63 carries for 677 yards. Yes, you heard that correctly. Over 10 yards per carry. Boy, chill. And 8 TDs on the season. You also added 5 receptions for 74 yards. And, of course, you had multiple big plays on special teams that we talk about from week to week, where we talk about, you pinned them inside the 15-yard line or the 10-yard line. And then you, as well, were second team all-district running back. Pharrell, dude,
Nice.
you had such a fantastic senior season, brother. I'm going to be sad to see him go. He was just a huge part of our offense. Change of pace from Ace Trailer
Little wrecking
all season
ball, man.
long.
Little wrecking ball. Wasn't afraid of contact. Would run hard. Really like him. Really like him.
Smiles for days, dude.
Yeah, good kid all around. Just, I mean, yeah, it'll be a tough one to watch.
If Nathan Nickerson was 1,000 watt, he might be 999 watt. Like he's right there with him. Just always happy to see Pharrell, and he was always happy to see us. So like Pharrell, we're gonna miss you, but man, you had a tremendous season.
Yeah, good job, man. I'm gonna take number 8, and I'm gonna say
tied.
8 because there's a tie.
Yeah.
Right. So we're gonna give them 8. Both get 8, not 9. Both tied at 8. I'm gonna start with Josiah Smith, JoJo. Give JoJo
Red Rocket.
48 stickers for JoJo.
Yeah.
68 total tackles on the season. We had 3 tackles for loss, 3 interceptions. He had 4 pass breakups, a fumble recovery, and because of all that goodness, first team all district DB.
100%, man. And, JoJo kind of spent the season back there as that that brain, that quarterback, that guy making sure that we were organized on the back end. A lot of the times when we would send a 3 DB set where 2 are closer to the line, JoJo's going to play that one that's off, and he's got to read the route coverage, the route trees, and kind of go with the guy that's kind of taking that deep route. And he just did a tremendous job of that all season. Man, JoJo, another one of those guys, recently signed to go play some Division II football up in was it South Dakota? I think it was.
Think it is, yeah.
Man, I'm sorry, I don't remember this school off the top of my head, but JoJo,
Nice
going to go
photo.
play. Gonna go play next level and deservedly so, brother. Can't wait to see what you do there.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun, man. It's a lot. That's something that you guys like. We get to see and keep track of too. We keep an eye on these guys as they go play at the next level, and get to see all the stuff that they're accomplishing. And so JoJo, it'll be fun to watch you as you get there. So tied with him was Michael Kennedy, right?
Yep.
Oh, I'm taking him. No,
Go. No. Nope. You started.
No, you got it. You get it.
Michael Kennedy, 48 stickers. They both had 48 stickers. Listen, what's crazy about Michael Kennedy's season is it felt like it stopped, started, stopped, and started again. Right? Like this dude played in 8 games this season. So 8 out of our 13 games, 10 regular season, 3 playoff games. He had 31 receptions for 622 yards. That's 20 yards of reception.
Yep.
Right there. And 8 touchdowns in only 8 games. So the guy averaged a touchdown a game. Had some monster performances like Walnut Grove being kind of at the forefront of our minds where he just went nuclear for about 3 quarters in that game and just was
kind of speed,
crazy.
It's really hard to contain a kid that's got that kind of speed. And he is so fast. Like just right off the rip. If you're not paying attention, he's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone because he's just that fast.
Yep, and then hurt his collarbone again towards the end of the season over at the Star against Memorial, and battled back and did what was necessary through physical therapy and treatment and things like that to come and play in our final playoff game against Melissa. And really, in my mind, just a gutty performance from Mr. Kennedy. So, brother, we know that he's going to go play at the next level. He hasn't announced where just yet, but another senior, and so right off the rip, I'm getting a little bit sad, man.
I know,
three seniors that we got to say sayonara to as far as watching them in Coyote Purple. But we know that we're going to get to see some of these guys at the next level, so that'll be exciting.
Look, number 7, we get to see number 7 on our list again.
Let's go.
Let's talk about number 7. So number 7 on our list is Des Marquin. Look, he got 49 stickers this season.
Did.
He had 103 total kicking points. We called this guy the touchback merchant.
Yes, we did.
We called him that all season because he was the king of the touchback. The kid had a leg, dude. And that's an understatement.
A long kickoff. It's not. I'll let you read it, and I'll tell you what his long kickoff was
so
first.
93 kickoffs for 5,858 yards. 72 were touchbacks.
So 72 out of 93 were touchbacks.
Yes, 72 out of 93, and as a result, first team all district kicker.
Yeah, not first team all not just on the special teams first team. No, he's the best kicker in the district.
Best kicker in the district, and I mean his numbers make it absolutely clear. Like he's absolutely insane. 103 total kicking points on the year. Des, incredible. We talk about Des. The standard for Des is really high.
Yes.
Right. We put a really high standard on kickers because, well, one, it's kicking. Right. And that it is what it is. You've got to be perfect in the kicking game. And Des just goes out, chill, calm, collected, and does his job. and does it every single week.
He does.
So-
From week 3 on, he did not miss a single extra point. The only extra points he missed were in week 2 in that really funky 7 a.m. football game. By the way, what a crazy season we had.
Yeah, that was wild.
What a crazy season. A 7 a.m. football game that Coach Parr would have played at, I'm sure, 5:30 in the morning if he had his
Moving a game,
his druthers.
deciding to move a game at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, moving from one school to another. Like, there was a lot of weird stuff.
It was crazy, but Dez from week 3 on was perfect, and his long kickoff, 77 yards, is what was recorded as his long kickoff. Hey, number 6 on our top 10 list. Who else could it be other than Mr. Big Stack Pancakes himself, Peyton Miller? You walk away with 53 stickers on the season. Listen, we don't get reported pancake totals.
Is it offensive if we call them the House of Pancakes?
The A-Hop and a House of Pancakes?
And a House of Pancakes.
No, not the International, and a House of Pancakes.
And a House of Pancakes.
Did we just come up with a new nickname that he's going to tell us on Sunday morning he hates, and then we're going to have to get rid of it?
Please don't ever call me that.
Peyton, you reserve the right to tell us you don't like the nickname, and we'll figure something else out. But listen, so we don't have total number of pancakes on the season. No. But I'll tell you this statistic. He had one warning from an official saying you have too many pancake blocks in this game. And if you pancake block again and pancake block with such ferocity, you will get a flag.
Flag for doing his job.
The first time I've ever heard of that.
I've never heard of that ever.
But apparently, Peyton, you were pancaking too much, and the syrup was just getting all over the place. The syrup and the butter and the little chocolate chip pancakes was just, they didn't know what to do with it. And the official was like, bro, you got to chill, man. I'm getting jealous of your pancakes. So he had one warning from an official to stop pancaking. And I'm pretty sure the very next play, Peyton, pancaked.
Yep.
He also had 1 touchdown on the season.
Come on, big guy.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Round 2 of the playoffs against Paladuro, and we looked at each other and said, I think that's Peyton Miller that recorded the fumble for a touchdown.
The fumble recovery was Peyton.
1 Under Armour All-American nomination, nod, and appearance. If you haven't watched the UA Next game, go watch it. It'll live on YouTube. Peyton comes in the second quarter.
Yeah, Dan reminded us that all of our mistakes, all of our shenanigans are forever recorded on YouTube. That's scary.
Yep.
I don't know if you're scared, but I'm scared.
Yep. And then he was the district lineman of the year. Not that he was on first team like O-line for the district. He is the district lineman of the year. The dude's something else. And and also he's a stand-up guy. Like, all of these dudes are all good dudes. But Peyton Miller, what a phenomenal season.
Hard worker. The ethic there behind what you see on the field is massive. That work ethic is massive. And anybody who gets this kid is going to end up having a kid who's going to work and set a tone, right? He's a tone setter in the things that he does. And I think that's one of the most important things about Peyton. Peyton's not afraid of the feedback. He's not afraid of the corrections. He's not afraid of the spotlight. He's not afraid of what, doing well brings.
Yes.
He handles it with a great sense of humility. It's just part of what the game has brought him. And he's doing a good job managing that. He had some really good moments in the UA game. That next game, he had some really good moments.
Pancaked the number 1 D lineman in the nation.
Yep.
And the officials did not tell him that he was too close.
They wanted that. This game, they wanted that stuff. They wanted good competition. They wanted it. And as we were told many times by the sideline commentators, this is the best competition in the world. Best players in all the world. I heard it. How many times?
No comment.
No comment. Okay.
I've got no comment about sideline reporting.
I'm gonna move on to number 5 before we get ourselves in trouble.
Like, those two are ever going to see that.
Right. Nobody will pay attention to that, but it is YouTube, so it lives on forever.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan. Now I'm petrified. Number 5, Caden Banks.
Speaking of being petrified.
Yeah, oh, dude.
Whew.
Like, Caden Banks. Fifth sticker getter in our list. 64 total stickers. He had 44 total tackles on the season, 16 for loss. Not bad. 6.5 sacks. Great year. 17 hurries, 1 fumble recovery, first team all-district defensive end.
16 tackles for loss, 6.5 sacks, 17 hurries. You know a statistic I forgot?
Which one?
Number of souls snatched.
We call Caden the soul snatcher. We've been calling him that for a couple of years now. Look, when Caden gets off the line and he you can just tell something. There's a switch that flips in that kid, and I would not want to see him coming around the end. No. That's a nightmare I have, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. It's a nightmare I have.
So you and I have been recording on the sidelines for a couple of years, and then I stepped in and was doing some color commentary, and you were doing some sideline reporting and doing some halftime shows. And I'm going to be honest, I may have turned away when Caden Banks was coming around the edge, just out of fear of for the quarterback he was chasing down. And I'm rooting for him, and I'm that scared of him.
He is a brutal, like he is a violent player.
Yeah.
He is a violent player, and I mean that's how you have to play the game. If you play it any other way, you're going to get hurt, and you're not going to be good.
Yeah.
If you play it any other way.
And he's another guy that has had scholarship offers rolling in, and he's still weighing his options, and so another guy, can't wait to see where he goes and plays. And that just goes to show you like how much talent this Coyote football team has, and there's a reason why our team has gone to the regional quarterfinals or the third round of the playoffs for the last 4 years straight. It's because the amount of talent and hard workers we have here.
Everybody on this top 10 list has offers already of some sort, interest for sure.
Yes,
But I think they all have offers as I look at this list.
Every single one of them will play at the next level.
Yeah, for sure.
Every single one, and deservedly so.
Yeah.
Hey, our next guy, number 4, Cash Williams. We kind of take a big
money.
I did it. It's about dang time. Hey, we take a big jump in stickers here. Number 4 on our sticker list, Cash Williams. Number 25 on the field. Number 1 in the weight room. 81 total stickers. I actually found out from Dan that when they were moving to this office, Cash actually deadlifted the office and put it where they wanted it. So, like, Cash actually carried this building over here for them. Pretty cool feat by Cash Williams, Quadzilla himself.
Mr. Quadzilla.
Hey, Cash had 73 total tackles on the season with 13.5 tackles for loss, 6.5 sacks, 10 hurries, 1 interception. And he was named second team all-district linebacker. And he's another guy in the same boat as Caden Banks.
6.5 sacks. Is that the tied for number 1 on the team?
I think it might have been.
I think it might have been.
Yeah. But he's another guy. College offers rolling in. And I'm going to say this.
Multi-sport, too, on top of that.
Yeah, I was going to say he might be a better wrestler than he is football player. And he's a really, really good football player.
Yep. I mean, wherever he goes, I mean, there'll be so many ways he can contribute to their athletic success, whatever program he ends up in. I mean, we call him all those names for a reason, whether it's Quadzilla or whatever, and we make fun of his squatting capabilities, but it's going to get him to that next level. The dude is super strong.
Yes.
Just a massive, massive human.
Next guy is yours.
All right. We take one sticker. One sticker. Ace Trailer gets to be our number 3 guy. Ace, the Surgeon General Trailer, 100 carries on the season, 100 carries, 565 yards, 6 touchdowns for Ace. Guy had 44 receptions on top of that for 558 yards and 8 more touchdowns, a total of 14 touchdowns on the offensive side of the ball. 1,123 all-purpose yards for Ace. Well, over 1,000-yard season for Ace. 12 tackles, by the way, right, with 3 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 1 interception, 1 pass breakup, 1 forced fumble, and first team all-district wide receiver.
Yeah, so that's what they officially classified him as, right?
Yes. But he was everywhere. Literally everywhere. I feel like there wasn't a position that Ace didn't play. I don't think he ever lined up on the line, but I thought he was ever a lineman.
He lined up on the defensive line.
But he was on. Well, that's true, right? That's true. Ace was everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And we called him the Surgeon General, and we had a lot of fun with this. And that nickname started because of his route running capability. Right?
Yes,
cutting people up, slicing them up. If you thought you could take a play off against Ace as a defender, he's going to cut you up. Like, he would just cut you up. Like, he will mess you up because he's just that good. And I think these coaches, this team, really took advantage of that and tried to get him involved every possible way they could this year. And as a result, you can see his stats fleshed it out. I mean, this kid was he was something special this year for this team.
Yeah, it was so much fun to have him move in last year and get to watch him the last couple of seasons in Coyote Purple. I remember playing against him against Panther Creek in that what was that, the state semifinal or the state quarterfinal game, regional final game against Panther Creek in our state championship run, and then him moving over here and his family moving up to Anna and being like, oh gosh, I'm glad we don't have to play against you anymore. We get to root for you instead.
That's right.
Tremendous football player. He's another guy
by the way,
getting
rumor
offers
has it, right now. He is still blocking a guy.
Yes.
Still in the process of blocking a guy, not down south. Like he's moving him south of the border by now. I think the last sighting was he was in just crossing into Mexico.
Yeah, so that Walnut Grove kid is Aces helped him pack his bags and he's blocking him towards his college dormitory.
It's lived on forever.
What a good kid Ace Trailer is for doing that and just holding that block for that long. Michael Kennedy, go thank him again because Michael Kennedy was the recipient of that. Number 2 on our list.
Ooh.
We only got him for one season. But man, was it fun and talk about like just a good dude. He's one of the guys that, and all of these kids would do that. All of these student athletes would do that. But Jaden Parker would always give us five minutes of his ear.
Oh yeah.
He'd sit there and talk to us, and he talked to us for 5 minutes. And I saw him at a basketball arena, and he did just that. Kind of in a hallway, just stood there and talked to me. Just a bald dude, and was like, "Yeah, I'll talk to you." Jaden Parker, second on our list. You got 94 total stickers. Hey, I said no lies. 94 total stickers. That is 30 less than your total tackles on the season. 124 total tackles. I think that might be, since we have been covering and doing the Coyote Football Network, that is the second most tackles in a season behind C.J. Miller.
I think you're right. I think that's
I'm really confident in putting that out there.
Yeah.
Like very, very confident. 124 total tackles with 10 tackles for a loss. And by the way, that I would venture to say that might be second all time in a season for Coyote football, right? Because I'm pretty sure CJ holds the number 1 spot on that one. So anyways, 10 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, 14 hurries, 1 pass breakup, 24 carries on the offensive side of the ball for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns, 2 receptions for 22 yards and a touchdown, 1 punt return touchdown, and a lot of work done. First team all-district linebacker and committed to the University of Arizona.
They got a dog.
They got an absolute gem because we said it all season. Jaden Parker is just scratching his potential. This was only his second full season ever playing linebacker.
Coaches did a great job with him. I think that, beginning of the season to the end of the season, he took massive steps forward.
Yes.
Just personally. That's my thought. And
agreed.
I can't wait to see what happens with him at the next level.
Yes.
Because the sky is the limit for this kid.
Yes.
You look at measurables, you look at the metrics that he brings to the table. There's just some things you cannot coach height. You can't coach. You can kind of coach some attitude stuff, right?
Can't coach size,
but you can't coach size. You can't coach any of that stuff. And he's got those things that make him petrifying. Like he is absolutely a monster. You see him, you stand next to him, and you realize I don't ever want to be hit by him. He is a very, very large human, and brings massive pain to the equation. So
no lies detected.
No lies detected.
Number one.
That's
you.
It's me. It's my quarterback, man.
It's my quarterback, y'all.
Number 1, that's my quarterback. We talk about my quarterback.
For the last time.
That's even worse, man. Why you got to do that? Why you got to try to do that, man? You're going to try to get me to really do that? To pull a little T.O.?
We're going to take a quick emotional health break here on the Coyote.
I need sunglasses if we're going to go that direction. Hey, Zai's our number 1 sticker getter for the team. 109 stickers. Edges out some of these other guys a little bit. 192 for 305 for 3,168 yards passing on the season. 39 touchdowns. 110 carries for the kid for 760 yards, bro. Like, that's crazy. And 10 touchdowns on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
49 touchdowns he accounted for.
That's accurate.
49.
Yes.
This is crazy. And it seems wild, but it's true. 12,000, 10 yards. 12,010.
Yes.
12,010. Did I say it enough? I said enough? Yeah, okay. 12,010 yards. Total between passing, rushing in his career, and 147 total touchdowns in his career. That's pretty good.
It's phenomenal.
That is pretty good.
That's got to be one of the more storied careers in the state of Texas for a high school quarterback. And listen, in the state of Texas, you don't get many 3-year starters at quarterback because most people aren't starting as sophomores, let alone leading a team to a state championship as a sophomore.
Well, and I think these numbers and this performance over these last many years basically is why he is the district offensive MVP.
Yes.
You know, you think of Coyote football in the last 3-4 years, and it's always had his name tied to it in one way, shape, or another.
Yes.
And it is going to be hard. I think for a lot of fans are out there asking the same question we're asking, right?
What's next? Who's next?
You know, and look, I have a lot of faith in these coaches. They've been great with quarterbacks.
Sure.
They know how. I think Seth Parr is a genius when it comes to quarterbacks, and I think you're going to see that come to bear this next year. You'll see some guys step up that maybe you weren't expecting.
Right.
You know, I mean that's what good coaching does. It just has a way of calling out the best in those that they have at their fingertips, and we got to see that. We got to see that through Zy. Zy definitely grew. I mean, absolutely grew. He is a state champ in the state of Texas. Like,
can never take that away.
Never take that away from that kid. Like that's not easy to do. People don't realize just how hard of a feat it is to win a state championship in football in Texas.
He played in 12 playoff games over the course of his career. And in those 12 playoff games, Zy went 10-2. He has more playoff games than a lot of people play a game, like as a starter at quarterback.
Than the Cowboys in the last 6 years? Is that what you're going to say?
Than the Cowboys in the last 36 years.
Oh, dang, man. Look at
No, but I mean like 10-2. Most like I would say there's a lot of high school quarterbacks that get one season and done as a starter. And so that's 10 regular season games, maybe a playoff game.
Yeah.
Zy had 12 playoff games and went 10-2. That is illustrious. No other words. I'm going to bring out the semi-fancy word. I'm feeling.
Look at you.
Listen, I'm feeling a little bit fancy.
I don't feel bougie enough. I need to get my lexicon out and start figuring out some.
Just drop the word lexicon over here. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's not illustrious.
Well, hey, so those were our top 10 sticker getters of the season. Obviously, we love all of our Coyotes. There's so many more names we could talk about. We could talk about Keyshawn or we could talk about the Nylanders. We could talk about Cormond or Brennan. Yeah, there's a lot of guys we could talk about.
Yeah, for sure.
But we got to have a cutoff somewhere. Otherwise, we'll literally be here until they open the bank the next
I'll just keep
day.
I'll just keep saying names.
Yeah, that's fine. You can keep saying names. So out of that, 8 of those 10 are seniors. We can't wait to see. We know where a couple of them are going already. Can't wait to see where the other 6 uncommitted top 10s are. And then 2 of those are juniors that we'll see back next year for their final season in purple. And so we can't wait to see that. We're going to take a quick break, and then we've got one more segment, a little look ahead, little teasers about maybe some district realignment.
All right, here we go.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, we offer banking solutions to help you through any season of life, from no-fee checking to our mobile app for easy on-the-go banking. From instant issue, tap-to-pay debit cards, to click switch, used to quickly, securely transition automated payments and direct deposits from one account to another, and much more. For your family, for your business, come home to Farmers Bank and Trust.
All right, Coyote Nation. Well, this is going to kind of be our last little segment to wrap up the season
big one
/ look ahead.
Yeah.
And this is just going to be a little teaser. We'll kind of dive more into this, but we're going to talk about district realignment because the official district realignment announcements haven't come out yet.
Which means, guys, like this is all just speculation, right? Everybody needs to like cool their jets.
So don't pull screenshots of our show of the screenshots that we've taken of other people and saying like, oh, this is our district next year. We've got a few that generally they're in a ballpark, but you never know until the UIL says it's official.
Yeah, there's one that feels like it's right. That's out there, and we'll talk about it. But
sure,
there's one that feels like it's probably going to be right. I think coaches have talked about it.
Yeah,
a lot of people kind of in the know have talked about this one. And we'll talk about that. But just know that none of this is set in stone. This is all just speculation. So don't quote the network and don't come back at us like, oh, you
were wrong.
You were wrong. Like, what's wrong with you?
By the way, these aren't even our predictions because
No.
you and I don't have the bandwidth or the time to predict out and map out the whole state of Texas's districts.
No.
We just because here's the reality, guys. The UIL takes into account what roads are you driving home from the game? How far is it traveling? If you're having to drive 4 or 5 hours home after a game,
Yep.
are you on a major highway or are you having to take back roads to get home? If you're having to take back roads to get home, we don't want to put you in that district. Like the UIL takes safety, distance, travel, all of those things into account.
They try, yeah. I think they try.
So there's a lot that goes into it. So let's kind of give an overview. Snapshot Day was October 31st, 2000, because we're in the year 2026, 2025.
So snapshot is the day that schools report their attendance.
Exactly.
And that's important, right? That attendance number is what everything starts, the snowball starts rolling down the hill with the attendance number,
Yes.
right? And then once they report that attendance number on the snapshot day.
And it's verified as accurate.
I'm going to say something bad right here. This is going to get me in trouble. This segment's going to get me in trouble. We can't camp here. We cannot camp here. Snapshot Day, October 31st. Schools report their numbers. The UIL takes those numbers.
And 750 kids don't go missing.
It's getting bad, or somehow the fastest growing communities in the nation don't grow. Their schools never grow. Okay, here we go. They report their numbers. The UIL takes those reported numbers, accurate or not,
And they do verify them. They do double check. All jokes aside.
Whatever that means.
As best as they can.
They take those numbers, right? And then they start, gosh, this is what's really difficult. They have so many rules. They have so many limitations that they have to kind of work in.
Right.
So many schools per district, per area, per, like all that's got to get worked out.
Mm-hmm.
And so they start, I'm in my head, I imagine this massive whiteboard of schools in the 6A, the 5A, and all these Division 1 and Division 2 in each one, and they start kind of moving around and who's opting up, who's choosing to opt up.
It's like the gif of the guy with the thread all over the board trying to figure it out, right?
I can't. It's like the worst game of Jenga ever.
Yes.
Trying to figure out how all these schools fit and,
Yeah.
and what's going to give good competition. At fair distances, fair competition.
Yeah.
Look, because let's talk about our district for a little bit. Right. It's tough. There's a lot of times where, and I don't mean any disrespect to the Frisco schools, but you look back at their schedules and the only competitive games that they had were against each other, and games against the rest of the district were blowouts. Fans feel it. The players feel it, right? It's
Right.
At some point, it's tough for those kids.
It is, and at the same time, also not putting 6 or 7 juggernauts in one district.
Which is also hard.
So they're balancing it. And so the first stone that has to fall is the 6A cutoff number. So your school population of X number and above, which this year was 2,215 students, became your 6A cutoff number. And so the UIL requirements are we have to have 225 schools in 6A minimum and a maximum of 250 appointed to 6A before schools opt up in there. Right. And so this year they settled at 249 appointed 6A schools before opt-ups. And that was the first domino to fall. And then they look at it and say, okay, this is going to be the range of 5A schools. And this is how many 5A schools we got. And so they do all of that. And that comes out in December, usually comes out about the week before state championship games.
Yep.
And so here's where we're going to be. We're going to be in 5A Division 2 again. Melissa avoided 6A by 11 students, so they went up to 2,204 reported students. So they will be one of the biggest schools in 5A D1. So, that's kind of always, we look at the schools around us, some of our rivals. Van Alstyne will stay in 4A. We'll stay 5A D2 for one more cycle. And so all of this is 2-year cycles, right? And so when we get our new districts, that's what it'll be for the next 2 years. And kind of our district schedule, once it comes out, will be set. The only thing that will change the second year we'll flip who's home and who's away in each of those matchups from the previous year. So cutoffs have come out. We're going to be 5A Division 2.
Now, let's be clear. That's just for district, because our non-district games are not necessarily home and away, right? So keep that kind of tucked in the back of your head.
Correct.
We might play some random teams in non-district games. We might play some, like we've played out-of-state teams right before.
Right.
So the out-of-district games can look like anything. Right, and that's where the fun begins. Looking ahead in our district is what are the possibilities for games when it comes to non-district games.
Yeah, so you're right. It's going to be up to the coaches, kind of their non-district schedule, and usually if it's a team in the area, you kind of do you try and negotiate a home and home. There's always some exceptions, things like that. So we could still see a team like Melissa in our non-district schedule, which wouldn't that be fun to kind of keep that rivalry alive, to get another shot, a little bit of a payback after the game that shall not be mentioned. Maybe you see a team like a Sherman come in, things like that. Like those could all be fun. And so here's what's going to happen is the official districts will be released the first week of February. That could be February 2nd, February 3rd. It could be as late as February 7th or 8th, but they're traditionally released the first week of February. And that's when we will get our districts for football, for basketball, for baseball, soccer, all of those type of deals. And then the districts for academics and band, those will come out a little bit later. But for us on the Coyote Football Network, we're concerned about football. So so we kind of screenshotted 3 different districts. I think maybe we start with the one that we think is most outlandish, and we go 3, 2, 1 to the one we think is most likely.
Yeah.
And so these first 2 are going to be from a Twitter account called Texas High School Sports. We're going to give credit where credit is due.
Yeah. They work hard to do these predictions.
And so here is, our editor will find a way to kind of put these on the screen in some way, shape, or form. But the first prediction that he put out is this, and it's a bigger district. He said Anna, Salina, Denison, Frisco High, Frisco Independence, Frisco Memorial, Frisco Panther Creek, Lovejoy, and then the new Prosper School, Prosper Richland.
9-team district.
So that would be the exact size of the district we just had, which means only 2 non-district games, because you get 10 games in a season. So if you have to play 8 district games, you get 2 non-district games. I think this is probably the most unlikely. There's a whole lot of teams. It looks like what the UL is trying to do is reduce the number of 9-team districts and try and get more 6, 7, 8-team districts where you get a little bit more platitude and leeway in there.
And I really feel like they're going to try to get these Frisco schools into a different class of competition.
Yeah.
And that's probably good for their programs too, right? Give some of these guys. I mean, look, let's be fair. Playing in this district last year, those guys did not have much a chance to put too many victories on the board unless it was against themselves. So
yeah.
I would love to see us get away from those Frisco schools for that reason.
Well, and I could see Frisco saying, hey, we kind of want our 5A D2 schools to kind of stick together and maybe just let us have a little bit less travel, more control of our stadiums, things like that. You never know what all requests go into there.
Yeah.
But one of the themes that I think we'll see throughout is that Lovejoy's probably going to be here with us again. Well, like that'll be a familiar foe that
Pretty
stays.
Much every guess, every prediction has Lovejoy in the district, and I don't see any reason why not, unless they don't grow, which their number is pretty low. So we'll probably see Lovejoy the next 2 years. Then I think we'll have to leave them behind.
Yeah. So that's kind of, in my mind, that might be the least likely. You could argue that the second one is maybe a little bit less likely than that. But
so they put out 2. The second one for Texas high school football, right? Is
Texas High School Sports.
High school sports, sorry.
Yes.
Texas High School Sports.
Yeah.
Was Anna.
Hey, that's us.
That's us. Community.
Okay.
I've heard that name a lot.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of tend towards this second prediction as opposed to the first one.
An old foe from our 4A days.
Yep. Denison, Greenville, Lovejoy, Mesquite, Poteet, and Terrell.
Who was the third name you said?
Denison.
Score 84?
Score 84.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So they'd stay in that district. And that puts us again in a 7-team district.
Yeah.
Some good competition, right? Some teams that we're familiar with, some teams that we used to play, getting that opportunity to kind of renew some of those avenues of competition again. I think this one's more likely than the first one.
If only because it's a 7 versus 9 team district.
Just based on everything that you hear kind of right now, I think that's probably where it leans. But you've got one more that's sitting out there that looks really, really good.
Yeah, and this last one is from Dave Campbell's, who and specifically Matt Stepp from Dave Campbell. So shout out Matt Stepp. Like this organization does a lot for Texas high school football, and they cover all classifications all across Texas. It's incredible what kind of they fit into their minds for this.
Yeah.
But this one feels pretty close. You might see one school here or there, but if once again, this is not final. don't say Blake and Phil said, but this is where I would put my proverbial bets on.
Yeah.
Our district landing pretty close, and it's this Prosper Richland, right? That seems pretty right in the geographical location and spread of this district.
And size of the school, like they're on the upper end of that cutoff.
1797 for their enrollment. Anna, us, 1789. Lovejoy, right? Community, score 84, also known as Denison. The Colony, which would be a new opponent. That one would be kind of fun and interesting. We get to kind of learn more about the Colony.
Yep.
And then Salina, maybe an old budding 4A rivalry that kind of peaked, and then we went to 5A, they stayed 4A. We won state championships back-to-back years between Anna and then Salina, and so you kind of get some of that renewed. And this district feels pretty close to right. The Colony's kind of the furthest one away from us. You could maybe see the Colony get shifted out for a different school. Maybe you see one of the Frisco schools get shifted over to us instead of the Colony. But that it feels pretty close.
It does. I geographically, I think it's fair. We get a little bit of travel with the Colony, with Denison, Nevada. Like those three give us a little bit of travel. I think that one that's kind of where I'm putting my eggs. That's the basket I'm putting my eggs in right there.
Yeah.
So
all of those, so that would be a fun district. We can't wait. We're gonna be watching, as I know you guys are as football fans, for these districts to officially come out to be released. And when they do, it won't necessarily be like the next day we'll have a kind of a district preview show, but we're gonna look and see, hey, who's in our district? And what players are coming back, similar to what we've done the past couple of years.
Yeah, we'll highlight special players that have gotten some acclaim for their efforts on the field.
Right.
We'll cover their last year's record,
top returners, things like that.
Yeah, things like that. So you get a good feel for the district before we get into it.
Yeah, and then on top of that, we got spring ball. That'll come up. So once the UIL releases the date or the districts and things like that, you'll start to see some spring ball things coming out from us, and we'll do some spring ball coverage, and then you go into summer 7-on-7.
So we keep talking about wanting to cover 7-on-7.
I mean the reality is for us it's fallen during the week of VBS, and so for us as pastors at a church, that's going to take number one priority, I think rightfully so.
Sure.
And so, I'd love to go down there and cover it if it's not during that same week.
But no, you boys are trying. We're trying to get there.
We're trying
to get to that 7-on-7.
We're trying. It would be fun, man. And then, so it feels weird to already say it. 7-on-7 will happen, and that'll basically roll through the middle of the summer. And then it'll be time for off-season weight programs, speed programs, individual things like that. And then we'll be rolling into August. Yeah. With a brand new season.
Stop, dude. Stop. That feels like forever away, but it feels so close. It's going to go so fast. It's going to, I'll be distracted with baseball in a good way.
I've got basketball going on right now.
You got basketball right now. I'll be distracted with baseball, and we'll be there before we know it. It's been a great ride. It's been an incredible year.
It has.
We've made a lot more connections. We've made a lot more friends. We've had the opportunity to do more on our channel than we've ever done. And every year we say this.
Holy cow, did we do a lot more.
We do a lot more. And yet we say it every year. Like, I don't know that we could fit much more. But we'll see what the new year holds. You never know what's in store.
Stay tuned. Man, we are excited. We're so thankful for the opportunity to speak and encourage these young men and this coaching staff. And that's our end goal. We want to encourage and uplift, and we want to report a little bit of news, but we're never going to pretend to be like professional, buttoned-up reporters.
Nope.
We're just some homers that want to encourage and love on our coaching staff and our students and lift them up.
And from time to time, we'll tell the tough truths. We'll say the hard things, and we don't always want to talk about them. We reserve the right to talk about what we want to talk about. We didn't want to do this show because we didn't want to have to necessarily wrap it up, but it's that time of year, and every good thing has to come to an end, and it really has been good. It's been good to watch this program, good to watch these coaches, watch the kids respond to those coaches, watch the struggles, and then see some of the victories over the course of the year, and what that means for the kids, what it means for those coaches, what it means for the school. A healthy and strong and vibrant football program helps the school. It helps the district. It helps our community. It gives people a place to go and to rally and to get excited. And I feel like Coach Parr and his staff have done a really good job of creating that kind of place for our community to land. And it's been a lot of fun to be a part of it.
Agreed. Listen, high tide raises all boats.
Sure does.
Right? So that's the 2025 season. You'll see us sooner rather than later. But until then, a huge, huge, huge thank you to Farmers Bank and Trust for supporting us, for being involved in the community in the way that they are, for allowing us to infiltrate your bank. Maybe that's the wrong word to use when talking about a bank, but I said it. I'm sorry.
We wouldn't be where we are without our sponsors, and Farmers has gone above and beyond. And looking forward to next year, there's always stuff that we have that we want to do to get better. Farmers allowed us to get better this year, and we're going to keep striving to get better into the next year. We learned something new
100%.
about what we should be doing and how we should be doing it versus how we're doing it.
100%.
Every year we learn more, and we try to bring that lesson to you guys corrected so that you benefit. So we are grateful because Farmers allowed us to do that this year, and we can't wait to see what that means for us going into the next year.
Well, you ready?
Man, this is going to be a tough one.
Until the next one. Until the next time. 1, 2, 3. Go Coyotes.